One of the craziest, dumbest people in Congress is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Ever since she got there, this MAGA nutcase has been nothing but a menace to society. That's all she has been. And of course, she won her last election against a retired vet. This time she is facing retired Brigadier General Shawn Harris. And he says it's time for a representative who focus on the issues that matter the most. General Harris, glad to have you on Roland Martin Unfiltered. When did you make the decision to run against Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Roland, first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me on your show. To get right at your question, when did I make the decision? Roland, I just finished doing about 40 years in the military, retired, came home back here to Georgia, and we started our cattle farm. And right out here on this farm, as I look out the window, it was Republicans that came over here as I was putting up a fence and actually asked me to continue to serve. And it was Republicans that actually asked me to run. And I told them I'll think about it. And then I told them, guys, I'm actually a Democrat. And then they said, you know what, Shawn, we still going to support you. And that's when I knew then that this Northwest Georgia was prepared to get somebody else into Congress and get Marjorie Taylor Greene out of there.
She won convincingly. This is a red district. This is a MAGA district. How are you going to beat her?
Well, I tell you, I'm glad you asked that question. It is simple. One, we're doing right now, we're making sure that we go to every zip code in the district and we're talking to everyone. We're not overlooking anyone. That's making sure that all the Democrats are motivated, registered, and ready to come out and vote. We're talking to all the independents in the district, and it's a significant bunch of those. And then in addition to that, like I already mentioned earlier, Republicans have actually started to come to me and said, hey, Shawn, we still going to vote for Donald Trump. However, we are embarrassed by Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're going to support you as a farmer, as a cattleman. I have Republicans that are saying, please let us put your sign up in our pastures. And you'll start seeing that crisscrossing the entire Northwest Georgia, where we're getting everybody out to vote. So that's how we're going to get at it right now.
Explain to us, how does the district look? What are the demographics? What is the district made of?
Well, I tell you, and thank you for that question, is the district, for all practical purposes, is roughly about 10 to 12% when it comes to African Americans. The district, as you know, here in Georgia, all of the districts the lines were redrawn. In my particular case, I'm actually very lucky. And what I mean by being very lucky, that when the Republicans redrew the lines, they took Gordon County away from us and actually gave us a third of Cobb County. So now when you actually look at our district, it is still ruby red. However, as we move down to Paulding County and we move into Cobb County, we get more Democrats and more African Americans. So that's where we plan to run the numbers up. But again, like I said, we're going all over the North Georgia and talking to everyone.
Obviously, you got to raise money. What's your target goal?
Right now, I would tell you, I had a great conversation with Marcus. As a military guy, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go talk to the last person that did it. And Marcus did an outstanding job. And in that conversation,
he raised a lot of money.
Yeah, Marcus raised a lot of money. And what we're doing, Roland, we're not doing it the same way Marcus raised that money, but we are raising money not only in the district, not only in Georgia, but throughout the entire United States. And in order to beat Marjorie Taylor Greene, I have to raise a whole lot of money so that we can actually fight her on all fronts. So one of the things I always say when I'm out there talking is, hey, please go to my website, that's Shawn Harris for Georgia, and actually give to our cause, because it's going to take a whole lot of money to beat Marjorie Taylor Greene. But what I'm happy to say is across the board right now, we got over 100,000 people following us on all our social media platforms. So we're building an army, and those people are donating every day, and more and more people are donating to the cause to help us get Marjorie out of here.
So even though he raised $15.6 million, lost by 31 points, you think with the change in the lines that this is going to make this district a lot more competitive?
Yes. And yes, he raised a whole lot of money. But what Marcus would tell you, he raised that money, but he never had the money at the right time to make it work for his benefit. The other piece that I would tell you is Marcus and I are both veterans, taking nothing away from Marcus. However, as a senior officer that just retired from the military, more Republicans are actually reading my profile and liking what they see. And that is the major difference, is that I have the ability not only to get Democrats and independents out, but I have the ability to pull Republicans over. And that's what we're going to have to do to win this district.
Questions from my panel. Randy, you're first.
I'm just so happy to see that you are challenging this despicable person.
Randy, how you doing? We went to school at Tuskegee together.
You're a Tuskegee grad?
Yes, Randy. Let's go. Good to see you.
It is wonderful to see you. Oh my goodness, you probably have some secrets on me.
He remember you. You don't remember him.
It's all good. It's all good.
Now, I'm doubly happy then. What has been? Do you think? What do you have to do to show your constituents the problem that Marjorie Taylor Greene is? Because I believe that they feature what she's done for a day and then it goes away, because she's kind of anti-everybody almost.
Yes. Well, I tell people all the time, Marjorie Taylor Greene is my greatest asset. Every day she does something that I can talk about to show the contrast between myself and her. Just the other day, as you saw, when the president was speaking, how rude she was to him at the State of the Union. And then the last thing she just did 2 Fridays ago when she said she wanted to get the Speaker of the House out. Those are the things that are embarrassing the people of Northwest Georgia. They are tired of being a place that when you say Northwest Georgia and then you say Marjorie Taylor Greene, people say, oh, you're from that place. That's not us. So that's what is actually, when I talk to people, they know that I'm a leader. They know I'm going to work, and they know I'm never going to be an embarrassment to them. And I'm actually going to bring jobs back here to Northwest Georgia for them.
Thank you for that. And good to see you, my Tuskegee fellow alumni.
Good to see you too. Joe?
Brother Harris, thank you so much for your service. First of all, kind of piggybacking a little bit on Randy's question, I wonder how much or how little folks actually know, and are you going to help enlighten them on this is what somebody in Congress is actually supposed to do. And we can show you that she's got no receipts. In other words, she talks out loud, she's on Fox News, but she's burning bridges with Democrats and Republicans. And at the end of the day, what the congressperson is supposed to do is to bring home the bacon. And like I like to say, when you burn bridges, you can't burn bridges and then wonder why you're swimming. Can you talk about how you're going to educate people that actually she doesn't do what a congressperson is actually supposed to?
Well, that is a great question. What we're currently doing right now is part of that education piece. We have been asking the people of Northwest Georgia on social media and in person, what has Marjorie Taylor Greene done for you in the last 3.5 years? Sure. That, no matter if it's social media or in person, across the board, Democrats, independents, and Republicans cannot name anything that she's actually done. Also, believe it or not, Marjorie Taylor Greene does not have any offices open nowhere in Northwest Georgia. So you cannot go to Rome and go to her office and say, hey, I want to speak to somebody about an issue. She doesn't have any offices. And then lastly, she says she votes no on everything. And just like a week and a half ago, she put in the Rome newspaper how all of the Biden infrastructure things, she tried to take credit for it. We called her out on it, and then she actually retracted it. So when I get to Washington, D.C., what is Shawn Harris going to do? Shawn Harris will make sure that he partners with our 2 senators that are already up there, and that's what I call Team Georgia. I would make sure that I bring the bacon home. I would make sure that I have at least 2 to 3 offices open in Northwest Georgia, so it's very easy for you to be able to get and talk to me or my team so that we are listening. That is a key part. If you're going to be a representative, you need to listen to the people. And then when I fly back home on Friday, I will go out and talk to different people throughout the district. The other thing that the people in the district already know about me, because I'm a farmer and cattleman, you can come over to my house and we can talk about any issue you want to out there in that cattle pasture. It's unfiltered, and that's what people in the rural community is looking for. Somebody that would represent them and understand what is going on in the rural community.
Excellent. Thank you.
Mustafa.
Yeah, well, Brigadier General Harris, thank you for being here with us. I was going to ask you about the opportunities that you see in front of you, but I think you answered that question. And since I'm country, I'm going to ask you this question. Country folks like to look folks in the eye, they like to shake your hand and know who you are. So if somebody asked you who you are, what would you share with them and as a reason for them to vote for you?
That's a great question. And you're right. I am country. When I went to Tuskegee, I left a country dirt road. And the cool thing is, guess what? When my mama's house is still down there in Early County, it's still on a dirt road. So I call myself a dirt road Democrat. And what does that mean? That means that I will talk to you and listen to you. I will look you dead in the eye and tell you, yes, I'm going to do this, or we're going to work on it, or we're going to continue to have further conversations about it. What also makes me a little bit different from all the rest of the Democrats that are actually in other places is because I'm a dirt road Democrat. Guess what? I carry. That's part of being in the country. I was just out in my pasture today and walked up on a snake. At the end of the day, you don't want to be in a bad situation and can't defend yourself. So I'm not saying that when it comes to a weapon that's about going out and doing stupid things. What I'm saying is Marjorie Taylor Greene would not be able to paint me into a box and try to put an umbrella on me as being a particular type Democrat because I'm a dirt road Democrat. I'm a Democrat that all people here in the Northwest Georgia, not only have they already seen it, they will continue to see where you can talk to me out in the public. And many people in the district have my direct phone number because as a representative, my job is to represent the people. So they can call me. They know not to call me about a pothole, but they definitely can call me about larger issues, strategic issues that we need to get done here in Northwest Georgia.
All right, then. Well, General Harris, look, good luck. We'll be paying attention to this race, and it'll be one of the many that we'll be watching.
Well, I thank you for giving me the opportunity, and thank you for putting this out to African Americans across the entire country. And I'm just honored to be on your show, and you're doing an outstanding job for us. Keep doing what you're doing, Roland.
I appreciate it, folks. If you want to connect with Shawn Harris, this is his Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and website pages as well. And I'm sure Randy will be raising money from your fellow Tuskegee alumni for your campaign.
Yes, they already helping. Thank you very much, brother.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.